Hi, this is Randy.
When the narcissist is decompensated or decompensating, there can be a couple of different reasons. It's usually during midlife or later. It could also be younger, at a younger point, when they are very desperate and low on supply. The reason they decompensate at that point is because they are so low on supply and they are in danger of losing their primary source of supply, whether that be real or imagined. When they become very desperate and they decompensate, their mind becomes very twisted and they become very gullible and actually vulnerable to get a supply source quickly without really testing the supply source out well enough. They do not calculate that they may be actually getting a gold digger or pursuing another narcissist, maybe of lower caliber, but their goal is really not to find another narcissist. Their goal is really not to buddy up with a borderline personality. Their goal is not to buddy up with somebody who is not an empath. People with mental illnesses typically are not going to, especially cluster Ps, are not going to be empathic. They are not going to become a doormat. Actually, they're going to become someone who the narcissist needs to take care of. And that's just not going to happen. So therefore, unless they're an inverted narcissist, the narcissist will find themselves in a pickle if they choose the wrong person, and they are more likely to choose the wrong supply if they're under the gun, if they're forced to do it quickly. That's why they're always grooming new targets. In case that you leave them, they have someone, and they have someone of quality. Now, when I say of quality, I don't mean of quality in a normal sense. I mean of somebody who is going to meet their needs for fuel, whoever they think is going to meet their needs for a long period of time, who they can love bomb, and then they're going to stick with them. Someone who's got high morals and actually has values relationships, doesn't move around from one to the other person. They choose they quality for them is going to be somebody who's monogamous. Quality for them is going to be someone who is willing to give their all for the relationship, is willing to go the extra mile, is willing to solve problems, attempt to, even though the narcissist won't allow it. That's the kind of person they want. Someone who's going to be willing to go through this, through thick and thin with them, because they are not easy to tolerate in a relationship, and they know this. So if they are grooming you to be primary supply, they are going to really try to make sure that you are going to be someone who's going to comply with them and who's going to stick with them, because it takes them a lot of energy to do the love bombing stage. They don't want to waste it on someone who might end up leaving them quickly and put them through that cycle again. So when they are decompensated or decompensating, usually in midlife, they will become vulnerable. Their judgment will become more impaired. They will have less energy to go through the time to choose a target that would be appropriate for them. And I'm not talking about looks or success in life. I'm talking about somebody who would be the most compliant. Now, there are targets who are very good looking, are of high quality morals, and who also would be a good supply for the narcissist. That is the ideal target. But when they're decompensating, they're so grandiose, they are unable to choose future targets with as much calculation. Their calculations become off. Their ideas of the future become skewed. They begin to fill in the blanks and misjudge what kind of partner this next person will be as they get older. So then there is the panic pick. The panic pick occurs when you discard the target, discards the narcissist, either before the narcissist has its new supply totally in the bag, totally already groomed to the full extent, to the point where the new target is going to be ready to move in with him or her within days or weeks of the discard. So the narcissist is always planning the discard, but if the target discards him before he gets a chance to discard her, or if something goes amiss with the current target that they're grooming unexpectedly, the new target starts reneging on his or her deal, or finds out about the narcissist while they're in that love bombing stage, or while or the narcissist begins to stalk the new target, which can happen, or the new target finds another partner who's nicer, who spends more time with them, who seems like a better fit, while the narcissist was pursuing this and grooming this other target. This other target could actually find someone else. Different things can happen where the narcissist miscalculates and doesn't truly have that new source locked down as he or she thought she did, and isn't able to coordinate their discard with the new target as well as they thought. And if this occurs, the narcissist goes into panic mode. And this is why you will see them choosing people that are very not unsuitable for them, very unsuitable for their needs, very not a good empath, not someone good looking at all, not someone successful at all, not someone who compares to you. And the narcissist will quickly and out of the blue switch targets. They may have more than one going, or they may hoover one back because they're so desperate that they have to get somebody quickly, because they are unable to survive without a girlfriend or a boyfriend, and then someone who's going to be willing to move in with them very, very quickly after the last relationship ends in divorce, or if after he or she moves out of one home, they're suddenly able to move into another home. And if they were hoovering that target or didn't know that target very well at all, and the new target seems to be of very low quality compared to what either you think the narcissist is capable of getting, or of what the narcissist is actually capable of getting, had he taken the time to actually look for someone who was more appropriate for his or her needs. So some of you actually listening may have been your narcissist's panic pick. It's not necessarily to say that you are of low quality, but it is unfortunately to say that you could have been chosen by the narcissist because you were like the next person there. It's kind of like you were in the wrong place at the wrong time, and the narcissist was desperate. So in those cases, he or she will have laid on the love bombing extremely quickly, because if he or she did not have someone had already let go of the primary supply, or the divorce was pending, they have to get in a hurry to pick somebody. And if you were chosen in a hurry, that's when you will see that extremely quick kind of love bombing, because they have to lay it on and they have to lock you down very quickly. But if you are the past target or spouse, or have been with the narcissist for quite a long time, chances are you were very, very high quality supply to them. And if you did something unexpectedly to cause them to scramble, or if the target they had locked down suddenly flees or does something unexpectedly, this is when you will see the narcissist do the panic pick. And it's called panic pick because it is an unscrupulous choosing of someone extremely unlikely, someone you would never think, someone almost embarrassing, where you would think the narcissist should be embarrassed to even be with this person, and how they do not compare to the original target in any way, and they're perhaps even opposite from the original target. So that is the narcissist's panic pick. That's a couple explanations why the new supply that they pick is a very unlikely candidate compared to the last source of supply, or compared to yourself. And this is why it bothers you as a target, or as a former spousal target. You cannot wrap your mind around how you could compare, or how your narcissist could actually choose this person over you. It's like, it's unfathomable. Another reason why the narcissist may do this, I think that they do not do this on purpose, but I think that it might be a side bit of supply that they get from doing it, is that the former spouse might feel extremely bruised, as if, how could they actually pick this person over me? What is wrong with me? And it could be a way of the narcissist saying that, here, I've chosen this person. They're not good looking. They have nothing going for them, and yet I still choose them over you, which is supposedly meant as a super put down to the former spouse. But I don't really buy that. I think that it's more of just the panic pick, that they have to have this food and they have to have it quickly. So thanks for listening.